If your child was kidnapped, how far would you go to get them back? What if it was your ex who took them and went to a foreign land? Every year, hundreds of Australian children are stolen by a parent and taken overseas. The efforts to bring them home are costly and often controversial. I'm Steve Chow. On this episode of 101 East, we join parents in their desperate search for their missing children. Patricia Nunez is a parent suffering the emotional toll of living without her children. She used to spend summers on the beach with her two boys. Now such places only bring heartbreak.
I try not to make things tough. I just want to remember good things. You know, there's always little triggers, and it's always pulls at the heartstrings a little bit.
Peyton, age 11, and Nathaniel, age 8, loved family time by the water. But then came a bitter divorce and a battle for custody. Last January, their father, Darwin, seen here in this family photo, told Patricia he was taking the boys on a short holiday to Disneyland.
I had a bit of a sick feeling in my gut.
Patricia suspected something wasn't right.
I actually texted Darwin. I think I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning one day, and I said, I just have this fear that you're not going to bring them back. And he just texted back. He goes, "That's absolutely ridiculous." He goes, "I'm not and be an international fugitive."
But Darwin never brought her sons home.
When they didn't come back, I thought he was punishing me. And we just, keep them away for a couple of months.
But 1 month led to another, and then another. Patricia appealed to the courts for help. She hired private investigators to try and locate her boys. Depression set in.
The biggest issue is that I just miss them so much. I miss hearing their voice. I miss hearing them laughing. I miss hearing them get mad at me. And I just miss them.
Hello, you there?
Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
Then, last March, after more than a year of silence, Darwin called.
I'm glad you contacted me, and like I said, my request still remains. I still would want to speak to the boys.
Well, let's not keep going over the stuff.
He admitted he was living with the boys in Taiwan, the place of his birth. He refused to let her speak to her sons or tell her exactly where they were living, saying it would only lead to more fighting.
If all things lead to conflict, then you should just keep going down the road that you're getting. I'm not calling for a solution. I'm calling to see.
I felt angry, I felt confused, I felt sad, I felt numb, then I felt victimized.
This is Nathaniel then, right?
Yes.
For Patricia, the location of her sons was a bitter blow. Only if a country has signed the Hague Convention will it help recover kidnapped children. But Taiwan is not one of them.
These are the orders that I had to get translated.
Okay. So while Patricia has won custody of the boys in Australia, she is on her own in her fight for guardianship in Taiwan.
Yeah.
She's also placed her sons on an Interpol watch list, but she's unsure if any of this will help.
It's pain.
This one would be the indicator switch.
Kennedy Kembo is another abandoned parent.
Those with the gears on the left side is the clutch.
But faced with similar legal roadblocks, he's taking a more direct route.
So the brakes on the left?
Left is back brake, right is front brake.
He's planning to use a motorbike to snatch his daughter back. 6-year-old Kayla is being held by his ex-wife in Jakarta, Indonesia. The bike will be their getaway, but first, he's got to get the hang of riding one.
Still not confident. I'm very afraid of falling.
I can see that you're really determined to get this right.
I have to it's going to be a very important tool.
Public train now arriving on the platform is from Melbourne, goes through to Ward Ponds.
5 years ago, Kennedy Kembo's life fell apart. On that day, Kennedy followed his regular routine. Time in the office, then the 1-hour train ride home to his wife and young daughter.
I arrived at the train station. There was no one to pick me up, which I found a bit odd.
But when he arrived back to an empty house, he realized something was seriously wrong.
I immediately got really worried for their welfare, thinking that perhaps something bad has happened. Because for me, leading up to that moment, everything was normal.
Kennedy spent weeks filing missing persons reports and reaching out to friends and family who may have seen them. Then he received these photos.
It was about almost a month. Then she sent me an email saying that she had left and gone to Indonesia and she needed time to think. This really holds a big place in my heart.
The only physical reminders Kennedy has of Kayla are small items from when she was a baby.
This is the painting that I often look at when I shut myself in the bedroom there.
The painting is made with his daughter's handprints.
I almost sometimes picture her reaching out to me. So when I look at it, I see her hand reaching out to me, and when I touch it, it's like I'm reaching out to her. So sorry. So when I touch it, it's her reaching out to me, and yeah, sorry. Sorry about it.
No.
Kennedy once thought he had the dream life. He had met a woman he loved. They married in a simple but beautiful wedding. Then came Kayla.
Till this time, there's still a lot of questions that still go unanswered for me, so I still don't know why.
Kennedy's wife has since divorced him, and she's refused to allow him to see his daughter. His ex, however, continues to send photos. They show Kayla growing up fast and settling into life in her new home.
I miss just holding her hand, just having her hand in mine and just walking with her, giving her a hug and just carrying her in my arms. I crave that moment so much.
Kennedy's made up Kayla's old bedroom in the hope he can soon bring her home. Every year in Australia, more than 300 children are stolen by a parent and taken overseas. It's the highest rate per capita in the world. But because it's a parent doing the kidnapping, the act isn't considered a crime. Other countries like the US and the UK have made it illegal. Parents like Patricia and Kennedy believe it should be.
I think it would be a deterrent to think they might question it and think, well, you know, and try to actually work it out rather than taking the law into their own hands, because that's essentially what they're doing.
In 2011, the Australian government launched a commission to examine the issue. The government refused our request for an interview on the results, but instead issued a written reply.
In their statement to us, government officials say they are doing more to help families, but as to whether to make international parental child abduction a crime, they remain mum in the matter.
In all this, it's often the children that suffer the most. Joanna Fisher was one of them. When she was just 6, she was kidnapped by her mother and taken to Amsterdam.
I felt like we had to flee and we had to hide from my dad because she painted him out to be a bad person, which wasn't the case at all. She pretty much brainwashed me from an early age into not liking my dad.
After a legal battle, she was reunited with her father and returned to Australia. But she says she's had trouble trusting anyone ever since.
I always think people could potentially have an ulterior motive, you know, so I'm always very, very hesitant about trusting people and letting them in, I guess, because you just don't know how they could use it against you.
Despite what she's gone through, Joanna opposes making it a crime for parents to abduct children.
It's so dangerous to kind of, you know, punish the parents who are taking these kids away. It's difficult enough to try and get over something like this, but then to try and get over it knowing that your parent is in jail, it's just a lot tougher.
When legal options run out, many distraught parents turn to this man.
Well, it's a business. We're good at it. We have the skills.
Once someone abducts a child, it becomes a manhunt. We're after you. We will do everything to find you. There's a phrase, it's by any means.
A former private investigator, Cole Chapman now works as a child recovery specialist. His team is made up of ex-military personnel.
Do you ever question whether what you're doing is right?
So as for who's right and wrong, it's not my position. My position is the Australian courts have determined that that child was habitually resident here, was abducted from this country and should be returned.
One of Cole's clients is Kennedy Kembo.
Kennedy.
Hi, Cole, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Have you looked any more at any other routes that, rather than returning to Australia?
Yeah, so what I was looking for was my...
Kennedy has hired Cole to help retrieve his daughter Kayla, and they're ready to make the extraction.
I think I've covered this with you before. Very, very confident getting Kayla out of the school. Very, very confident getting you guys to the airport. Don't see any problems.
I'm just waiting for that notification, which should be in the next couple of days.
Kennedy's case has taken months of planning.
Bare visa photos.
Cole does a final review before the next morning's flight
Battery backup.
to Indonesia. In the capital of Jakarta, Cole Chapman and his team are on the move.
Okay, we're going in. This is the estate, guys.
They've located the house where Kennedy's daughter and ex-wife are living. They're looking for the best opportunity for Kennedy to snatch his daughter.
We're only going to have an element of surprise of about 3 or 6 seconds. Right, all we're going to do here is just get out, walk down the street, act casual.
They also scope out a school that local private investigators say Kayla attends.
Here you'll get away, on this straight, no problem.
Yes, there's enough distance here to zoom off and create enough distance between.
Cole believes this is where they stand the best chance. Kennedy's waiting in a nearby hotel.
You're so close to your daughter right now. How does that make you feel?
I'll be honest with you, my nerves are just completely out of control. Yeah, my nerves are absolutely shot. I'm nervous, anxious, excited. I absolutely can't wait. I just hope that I don't break down and lose control and unable to just, function.
Do you feel it's right to take Kayla from Indonesia?
Being here, my feelings are even stronger in terms of taking her back. The life that's on offer is quite literally drastically different to what's on offer in Australia.
But as the days go by, things begin to unravel.
Surveillance today is hopefully going to confirm to us that the school, this is the school the child goes to, how the child gets out of the vehicle, enters the school.
Cole's team has yet to even spot Kennedy's daughter. Kennedy's spent more than $50,000 to get this far, but he's running out of money and time. And with their street surveillance coming up empty, Cole and his team are running out of ideas.
We need to switch and think about some other options rather than focusing on the school.
Can I help you?
Based on these facts, you don't want to listen.
Okay, listen, can I just ask you to do something? I do want to listen. I've got a lot more knowledge about it than you have. Can you please shut down? Can you please shut down? I'm trying to think of what to do. Please. Please. Thank you.
Then, on day 4, one of the cameras catches something. We ask Kennedy to review the footage. It takes him just minutes to spot her.
That one there, isn't it?
Slow him down.
Damn it.
I'm sure it's her. I'm really sure it's her, but I don't want to be wrong. It looks exactly like her.
But they need to be absolutely sure.
90%. I wish I could go further, but I can't. Can't see enough of her. Sure. Be very awkward taking someone else's child.
Hours after Cole's team has left, Kennedy is still looking at the footage.
Everything inside me says that's her. Everything says that's her.
The next morning by her house, the same vehicle is spotted. Just outside the school gate, a final confirmation is made. It's her.
So what are your feelings at this point about?
I just feel like, to be honest, I just want to go and let's just go there and front up what we need to front up and just take her.
But Cole is now thinking differently.
We can't get away. Everything about it's wrong. We can't do the recovery at the school.
The security is too tight.
Kennedy, I can't guarantee you the recovery's going to go ahead. I can't guarantee you we can have a go, but I can't guarantee the result any longer.
Kennedy is devastated.
So, what else can I do? So.
I know, you're being backed into the corner by the situation.
Yeah.
Cole suggests another option. Send us to go and try to talk to his ex-wife into seeing Kennedy.
I lean towards negotiating with the family. I think it's cleaner and it offers more opportunity.
And let's do what needs to be done to do that. I'll just pray and hope that they open that door and want to actually have dialogue, so. It's the last shot, so.
The disappointment and the strain of the past week proves too much for Kennedy.
They're close. I know, that's what's really messing me up. It's so close, man, you know? It's just there.
We're going to do as much as we can to get you in that door.
And I have no doubt that you will try. Yeah, you will try your best. I know that.
That evening, we head to the house.
We're just around the corner from the house right now. We're just not sure how Karina's going to react to us showing up there. We're going to try our best to get in and understand why she's done what she's done. Here we go, guys. Yeah.
Hello? Kennedy's ex-wife, Karina, answers. Hi. Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Steve from Al Jazeera Television.
Okay.
Are you?
What is this for?
Are you Karina?
What is it for?
We're here to hopefully talk to you about Kayla.
You'll talk to my lawyer later, okay?
Okay, no, it's very important to talk to you right now. Karina? Well, that was Karina just now. It seems very obvious that she's not interested in speaking, but we're still going to try and see if we can have someone at the house come talk to us. Her family runs defense. Yes.
Excuse me.
Hi, are you Edwin?
Yes, what's wrong?
Yes, hi.
It's okay. What's wrong?
You know. So I have the court document. It's right here, yeah. So take a look. Kennedy is saying that you unrightfully, unlawfully took Kayla here. That's what he says. Is that true, or is he making it up?
No, it's not true. If you're saying based on this, there is a court order, and I did not appear on the court. That's not true. That's really false. That's why I'm going to contact a lawyer in Australia and see how this is happening, because never.
But why isn't Kayla in Australia?
I will answer that with a lawyer.
Can I ask you this? How is Kayla doing?
She's doing terrific. If he really wants Kayla, he can come here and we'll sort it out here.
Okay. Let me tell you this. Kennedy is here.
Okay, where is Kennedy? I would really love to see him.
All this time, Kennedy's been waiting anxiously in a car around the corner. We call him, and within minutes, he arrives.
Come with me.
No. I want to sort this out between you and that's it.
Should I go in?
At last, Kennedy enters the house where his daughter lives. We've just heard a little girl's voice yell, "Daddy." Hopefully that means Kennedy has just seen his daughter. It's been 5 years. An hour later, and Kennedy emerges.
You want to say?
All sorted. I've talked with him. This is now between me and him.
Yeah. Oh.
Kennedy's a changed man.
She's so tall. Yeah. Oh my goodness. She comes up maybe. Yeah. Oh.
She said, "Daddy."
Yeah. So long, man. Oh.
Was Kayla everything you imagined she would be?
And more. And more.
Did you get any pictures with her?
Yes.
That was just now.
That was just now. Picked her up, and that's how big she is now.
Look at the happiness in her eyes.
I know. Unquestionable. You can't question that.
Look at her.
Yeah.
She's so happy.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's good. Well, you can see it. It's
Yeah.
like, for the first time, she had mum and dad there, complete.
Kennedy won't be taking Kayla home to Australia, but in many ways, he says, this was a far better outcome, offering him and his ex-wife a chance to try and raise their daughter together.
My heart's just completely beating out of my chest. My heart is, I didn't even know. It was all just, for some reason, because we approached and came, now she wants to talk. And she said she wants to put a parenting plan together. She's going to allow me access. She said I can even see her tomorrow.
For Kennedy, it's a happy ending. But many other families remain torn apart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve.
with parents willing to do anything to get their children back.